So let's go ahead and talk about the problem of the day. Remember to try your best to compare your work to what we talk about together and answer the questions I ask out loud. If you make a mistake, that's okay. Trying our best means using mistakes as opportunities for learning. So I'm wondering, which student do you think solved the problem correctly? Student A or student B? Go ahead and say it out loud. Yeah, student B got it right. To help us remember that, I'm going to put an X under A and a check under B. Okay, so let's talk about the mistakes that student A made. What mistake did they make here in the tens place? Go ahead and say it out loud. Yeah, they regrouped 100 to make 10 tens, but then they forgot about the 2 tens that they already had. They needed to add the 10 tens to the 2 tens that they had in order to get 12 tens. I'm going to circle this so we remember. I'm going to put a little note here, forgot what they already had. Great. All right, there's another mistake here. What other mistake did they make? Go ahead, say it out loud. Right, they regrouped 100,000 as 9 10,000s and then 9,000s, right? So they're regrouping as 9 instead of 10. Great, I captured that for us to remember as well. Okay, so now let's go over to student B. What did student B do differently when they were regrouping here in the tens place? Go ahead and say it out loud. Yeah, they regrouped 100 as 10 tens, and then they added 10 tens to the 2 tens that were already there. So I'm going to note for us that they added 10 to what was there. Great. Okay, and what did they do differently when they were regrouping over here in the 10,000s and thousands place? Go ahead and say that out loud. Yeah, they regrouped 100,000, right, to become 10 10,000s. Then they regrouped one of those, so they had 9 10,000s left, and they regrouped that 1 10,000 as 10,000s. We always regroup one of the larger place value to make 10 of the smaller one. I'll note that here so remember that student B regrouped 10. See it here. We see it right there. Great. So I'm curious, based on this work that we've talked about here, what do you think you need to remember when we're regrouping to a place that already has something in it? Go ahead and say it out loud. Yeah, we add 10 to what is already in that place. Read this with me. I wrote it down to help us remember. Go ahead. When we regroup, we add 10 to what is already in the place we are regrouping to. Okay, cool. And what else should we remember from this work and keep front of our mind today? Go ahead and say it out loud. Right, when we regroup, we regroup one of the larger place to make 10 of the smaller place. Read this with me. Go. We regroup one of the larger place value to 10 of the smaller one. All right. Nice work. You can go ahead and click on the arrow and move to the next slide.